Sebastien Haller, the man who knows not to give up. For footballers as they all describe it, nothing beats the joy of winning a trophy with your country, let alone do it in spectacular fashion. The feeling is like a childhood dream come true, and not many footballers get the privilege to experience that. But for the French-born Ivorian star striker Sebastien Haller, he gets to live this surreal feeling in most emotional fashion, considering the fact that he was on hospital treatment bed just 13 months ago battling testicular cancer. What a story! Born on the 22nd of June 1994 in France to an Ivorian mother and a French father, Sebastien Haller started out his international football career going through the ranks of France junior teams. And though France have always had top strikers and scorers, you can mention the likes of Thierry Henry, Michel Platini, Olivier Giroud, Karim Benzema, and more. They all could not make Haller's eyes lit as much as Didier Drogba did. So, like many African footballers of today, Haller grew up idolizing the African football legend, Didier Drogba, trying to emulate his game. This was an early indication that though Sebastien Haller was born blue, his true allegiance lied in Africa with the elephants of La Côte d'Ivoire. But Sebastien Haller never had it easy on his road to success. At club level, Sebastien Haller started out his professional career at French side FC Auxerre in the 2012-2013 season through to the 2014-2015 season. But even for a tall, lanky 6 feet 3 inches forward as Haller, goals in his scoring boots were still too high for him to find, managing to find the net only 6 times in 47 games across 3 seasons. Oh well, maybe he was not meant to explode in the French Ligue 1 like his idol, Drogba, Haller thought. And so, in the winter of the 2014-2015 season, Haller traded France for Netherlands to carve his own career path, one worthy to be written in gold. Haller's bold decision to go to Netherlands mid-season paid off right away, as he found the net 11 times out of just 17 league games with new club Utrecht. Haller went on to play 2 more league seasons with Utrecht in the 2015-2016 and 2016-2017 campaigns, adding 34 more goals in 75 appearances to his tally. His 10 assists do not even get enough mentions. Haller's success overseas meant he was still getting French call-ups for the junior national teams, and he duly honored them. Having already represented France at both the Euro Under-17 and Under-17 World Cup tournaments in 2011, Haller was at one point France Under-21 teammates with Bayern's Corentin Tolisso and Benjamin Pavard back in 2015. After the explosive 2016-2017 club season with Utrecht, Haller, who once came to the Netherlands a wandering boy, had now become a fully grown man ready to take on the football world. And so, he sought to leave his comfort zone. This time, he was making the move to Germany, another new country where he was going to start all over again. Boy really loved to take the bitter pills, eh? After attracting many exciting offers across Europe, Haller signed with German Bundesliga side, Eintracht Frankfurt ahead of 2017-2018 season. At Eintracht Frankfurt, during particularly his first season, Sebastien Haller struggled to adapt to the German league. Listen, there were no real questions about Haller's overall quality or even slightest of doubts over his goal-scoring prowess, because it remains undiluted facts that the German Bundesliga was and still is levels above the Netherlands' top-flight league, the Eredivisie. However, Haller's immediate challenge in Germany here was how to evolve his game into more of a modern-day striker, capable of not only waiting in the box to be fed but also be able to provide for his other strike partners. And that was definitely not a one-season thing to do as such. Haller managed only 9 goals in 31 league games with Frankfurt. That was considerably low given the recent trajectory his club form has been following. But good news is, that was not the end of Haller's Frankfurt stint. Haller came back harder in the following season, forming a deadly trio with forward partners, Ante Rebic and Luka Jovic. And oh boy, did they not terrorize defenses in the Bundesliga and Europe in the UEFA Europa League. That season 2018-2019, Haller alone managed 24 Bundesliga goal involvements in just 29 appearances and won the German DFB Pokal, his first career trophy, at the end of the season. But for the Europa League, Haller and Frankfurt only fell short at the semi-final stage, losing on penalties to eventual winners, Chelsea. Haller's remarkable turnout in Germany saw West Ham splash then club record fee €50 million on his signature ahead of the 2019-2020 season. In England, Haller's old demons came after him again. An unsympathetically brutal media coupled with a struggling West Ham side in what is widely regarded as the toughest league in the world meant Haller managed only 7 EPL goals in 32 appearances for the whole of 2019-2020 season. Even that, Haller may have found some solace in the fact that his second seasons have proven to be way better in recent past, but that glimmer of hope soon faded as he returned lesser in the first half of 2020-2021, managing just 3 goals in 16 games. With injuries starting to bedrail him, leaving him to feed on limited game time, and West Ham obviously looking to the market for reinforcements in the subsequent winter transfer window, Haller had a bold decision to make. Either stay and fight for his West Ham place or take a step back to Netherlands, with Ajax to reinvent himself. He decided on the latter. Bold man. Interestingly, despite struggles at West Ham, Haller's Ivory Coast dreams had still not faded, and he completed his full nationality switch from France in favor of the Elephants in November 2020, featuring and scoring once in Ivory Coast's 2-1 home win versus Madagascar in the 2021 AFCON qualifiers. Just months after his Ivory Coast debut, Haller finalized his move back to Netherlands Eredivisie, to Ajax in January 2021. At Ajax, a fortunate Haller linked up with his ex-boss, Erik ten Hag, under whom he bagged crazy numbers in the past with Utrecht. The partnership soon proved to be heavenly made as Haller hauled 16 goal involvements in just 19 league games for the second half of the 2020-2021 season. He ended the season on a high, helping Ajax win yet another Eredivisie title and bringing home the Dutch Cup for Ajax. What miracle a few months could make! Whoa, the following season, 2021-2022 was blockbuster for Haller. He continued to reinstate himself as the new king in Amsterdam, delivering the goods in 3 separate competitions. Haller was bagging goals in all of the league, the Dutch Cup and the UEFA Champions League proper. Having scored 4 goals on his UCL debut, Haller went on to score in all 6 UCL group stage games, a feat only managed by competition's all-time top scorer, Cristiano Ronaldo, previously in the 2017-2018 season. Haller ended the UCL campaign with 11 goals, just one shy of eventual top scorer Erling Haaland. Back in Netherlands, it was business as usual for Haller and Ajax as they clinched both the Dutch Cup and Eredivisie title, with Haller ending the season as top scorer and overall best player in the league. After the conclusion of the 2021-2022 season, Haller felt his race in Netherlands was ran and desired for yet another challenge. Where next? Germany again. This time with Borussia Dortmund. Haller signed for Dortmund for a club record fee €31 million ahead of the 2022-2023 season as direct replacement for the Manchester City-bound Erling Haaland. And it is at Dortmund that Haller faced his toughest career woes yet. Just 2 weeks after signing for Dortmund, Haller was diagnosed with testicular cancer while on preseason camp with his new club in Spain. This was such a big blow for the club record signing, who now had to undergo surgery and series of chemotherapy to remove the tumor. This was also a tough period for Haller and his family, as his wife described the period as a nightmare. But if anything at all, Haller has proven in the past to be used to setbacks, and you know the saying, setbacks make for the greatest comebacks, right? Yeah. 6 months after first diagnosis and subsequent treatment, which involved about 2 surgeries and 4 rounds of chemotherapy, Haller finally made his Dortmund debut versus Augsburg in January 2022. And then, in just his second game back versus FC Basel, Haller bagged a 7-minute hat-trick in what was Dortmund's final friendly game ahead of the second half of the 2022-2023 season. In the subsequent run-in towards the end of the Bundesliga season, Haller found the net 9 times and provided 3 assists in 19 games, but his final day penalty miss versus Mainz in an eventual 2-2 draw proved costly as Dortmund lost out on the Bundesliga title once again to Bayern. The universe can be cruel sometimes. Or maybe, the universe simply had other plans for Mr. Haller. Vindication, they say, lies in the womb of time. Then came the next season, the next year, 2024. January 2024 saw the turn of the new year and also the start of the much-adored Africa Cup of Nations. Haller's Ivory Coast were the host nation, but their star man, Haller, though included in the final squad list, was out of the opening games with an ankle injury. An opening day 2-0 win versus Guinea-Bissau was all the Elephants could afford, as they were on the brink of elimination from the tournament following a 4-0 final group game loss to Equatorial Guinea. As such, Ivory Coast relied on results elsewhere to progress through as one of the four third-best placed teams. Having ridden their luck with this one, the Elephants went all out after here, sacked their coach and replaced him with assistant Emer Spy, who took the opportunity as his first ever mainstream coaching job with both hands. These were chaotic times, and it definitely transcended into Ivory Coast games, as stoppage time wins and drama were the main takeaways from the Elephants' knockout games. Haller actually returned fully to Ivory Coast starting lineup around the semi-final stage and netted a second-half winner versus Dr. Congo to set the Elephants up for the final versus Nigeria. And then, 3 days later in the final versus Nigeria, with the game tied at 1-1. Haller came clutch for Ivory Coast, scoring an 81st-minute winner, and the rest, they say, is history. What dreams are made of? There are not much in the game with stories as touching as Haller, and given his journey and struggles, it was not surprising to see that the whole football world rejoiced and chanted his name after winning the AFCON with Ivory Coast. Let me leave you all with this joyous welcome from his teammates upon returning back to Dortmund. Sebastien Haller, truly an inspiration for now and future generations.